Good evening, students. You have to inform your friends. I'll start the session. Okay. Now, up to in the last sessions, we discussed very clearly how to launch and connect Windows Server and Linux Server. And also, we discussed very clearly how to transfer files from local system to servers. These concepts we discussed in the last session. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss about the another one more concept, that is web servers. How whatever launched servers you make as a web server. That is, if we are launching Linux server, how you make this as web server. Similarly, you launch and connect Windows server, how you make as this Windows server as a web server. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? First, we have to discuss how Linux server make as web server, and then we move to the another one, how Windows server make as web server. Those concepts we have to discuss. First, I had to open my AWS login. First, we have to launch the Linux server. Sign into the console. Enter your email ID and password. First, we have to select the region. Here I am selecting the Mumbai region. Then we have to select the EC2 service. Here, those are recently visited services in my AWS account. I am selecting the EC2 service to launch the Linux server. Here, before, we have to check the EC2 dashboard. How many instances are running? 0. Now, I am launching the Linux server. We can select the instances option. Click on launch instances. I am given the instant name Linux server. You may give anyone. You may give your name also. That's nothing problem at all. Then next step, we have to choose operating system image. That is Amazon mission image you have to choose. You are launching the Linux server. We have to choose the Amazon Linux. Here we have to select free tier eligible one only. Some of them are not mentioned the free tier eligible one. They are the paid version. I am selecting the free tier eligible one. Okay, fine. Scroll down. Instant type T2.micro. It is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory is providing. Okay, fine. Now, scroll down. The next step is we have to create the new key pair. Or if already existing key pairs are there, we have to select the existing key pair also. I am creating the new key pair. Click on create new key pair. Given the name is Linux server key. Key pair type RSA. Private key file format. You may choose PEM file format or .ppk format. Directly we can choose .ppk also. That's nothing problem at all here. I am choosing .ppk file format. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloaded in my downloads option. See that Linux server key that is downloaded in my downloads option. Scroll down. The next step is network settings. Here we have to choose the edit option. Whatever the default virtual private cloud is there, that default virtual private cloud we have to select as it is. I am not given any subnet preference in the Mumbai region. In Mumbai region, AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C is there. I am not given any subnet preference. Auto assign public IP is enabled. I am creating the security group for easy identification purpose. That is Linux server security group. Copy and paste it in the description also. Scroll down. Type is SSH. You are launching the Linux server. Port range is 22. Source type is anywhere. Scroll down. Here you are launching the Linux server. The default storage is providing 8 GB. Scroll down. At the bottom or at the left side, it is showing the summary details. See that. Click on launch instance. Instance is launched in the Mumbai region. Wait for a few minutes. It is connecting. Before that, we'll see what are the PPTs are there. What is web server? A web server is nothing but it is a program that uses HTTP to serve the files from web pages to users. From web pages to users. In response to their request is nothing but the web server. This is the web browser. From the web browser, you have to request to the web server. You have to request to the web server from here. From web browser to web server. Their response can transmitted using the internet connection to browser. From browser, the users has to use the services, right? The web server is a program that uses the HTTP to serve the files from web pages to users in response to their request. Fine. So, examples for the web server are, those are the examples. Apache HTTP, Internet Information Services, we use in Windows Server. NG INX, that is also web server. HTTPD by Apache. Those are some examples for web server. Here, HTTPD. D stands for daemon. Is a software. HTTP daemon is a software program that runs in background as a web server. Here, it waits for incoming server request. The daemon answers the request and serves the hypertext and multimedia document over the internet using the HTTP protocol. Here, to make as Linux server, to make as a web server, we had to follow the two-step process. We'll install HTTPD by Apache and it will be the two-step process. Here, the first step is we have to update the repository in Linux server, that is yum repository. Second step is we have to install the web page. Those two steps we have to follow. Now, first what we have to do, we have to launch and connect the Linux server. That is the first step. Create Linux EC2 mission. Connect the Linux EC2 mission. That's I am launching the instant Linux server. We have to connect it using the terminal. You may use the putty or git bash also, no problem. That is create EC2, create the Linux server using EC2 mission, connect that Linux using the terminal. Then first I have to connect it. My server is running in the Mumbai region. See that it is running. I have to copy and paste the public IPv4 in the notepad. This is the public IP. Okay. Now, how we have to connect this instance? By using Putty software. Directly, I am downloaded in my downloads option, .ppk file I am downloaded. So I am no need to convert PEM file format to PPK format. I am using the Putty software to connect this Linux server. I have to copy and paste the public IPv4 for this instance. At the left side, SSH option is there. Under SSH, authentication is there. Click on that. Credential option, we have to choose it. Browse the private key file for authentication purpose. In your downloads, the PPK file is there. Keep it. There the Linux server key. You have to select it and open. Click on open. Click on accept. We have to give the login as EC2-user. Click on enter. Wait, have to change the appearance. Font size I am changing. Okay, now it is visible. Now, that's I am done. That is, we are launching and connect the Linux server. Then, to make as web server, what are the steps we have to follow? 2 steps. One is we have to update the repository. Second step is we have to install web package, whatever your launched Linux server. We have to install the web pages. Okay. Now, we have to switch to the root user. What is the command we are using in Linux? Sudo su. Sudo su. This is the command we have to use. Click on enter. See that it is in root user. EC2-user. Then, what is the next step? We have to update the repository. Repository is nothing but, yum repository is nothing but, are the warehouses of Linux server. Yum repositories are warehouses of Linux server. Sometimes the software we want to install is not available in the Linux operating system default. In such situations, we have to use the yum repositories. We can install the new software on Linux with yum install package name. See that. We have to use this one from the console, command from the console. Okay, fine. I had to update the repository. How we have to update the repository? This is the command we have to update. Yum update -y. Copy and paste it. Click on enter. Now it is complete. Then we have to install the web package. How we have to install the web package? Already I told that we have to install the software using this one. Yum install the package name. What the package you are installing? The HTTPD. That's why we have to write the command yum install HTTPD-y. Copy and paste it. Click on enter. Now it is installed. It is completed. See here. Then the next, we have to move to the HTML directory. How we have to move to the HTML directory? Indirectly means this is the command we have to use. CD for creating the directory, under var directory, under www. After that, HTML is there. You have to copy and paste it here. Click on enter. Okay. Now, you have to create web page. The simple web page I am creating. If you want to create the lengthy index file, index.html, then we have to use the editor we are using. You may use a VI editor or VIM editor or gedit we have to use. I'm using the simple index file I am creating by using the echo statement. This is used for displaying purpose, echo. Echo within quotation I am using, whatever I am written within quotation, that is displayed. Amazon Web Services I am written. So what is the command I am using? Echo. This is I have to copy it. I'm given for this one, the file name I'm given as index.html. Copy and paste it. Click on enter. Next. We are not start the web package. How we have to start the web package? By writing this command. Service HTTP D start. Click on copy and paste it. Now, see that redirecting to bin systematical start HTTP D dot service. Next, we have to configure this one. How we have to configure is chkconfiz, configure HTTP D on. We have to on this one. Copy and paste it. Click on enter. Okay. Now, our Linux mission is make as a web server, right? With these steps, whatever we are launch and connecting that Linux mission as a web server. Okay, fine. Now, we have to copy the public IPv4. I shared this public IPv4 in chart. You also copy and paste it in your laptop or the desktop. I have to copy in the private window. Copy and paste it. What the result you are getting? Send me in the chart window. Students, are you there? What the result you are getting? Send me in the chart window. Chart is available. Respond. This is not your classrooms. Send me in the chart window. What the result you are getting? I am sending the public IPv4. What the result you are getting? If you are pasting in your web browser. Yes, that's index.html page. What the result you are getting? I am having some internet issue, but I will try again after class. Okay. Send me the remaining. This is not your class. This is online session. Okay. Okay. I'll check it. This site cannot be reached. This is the result you are getting. Why you are getting this result? Why you are getting this result? You are not enabling anywhere instant, anywhere Linux instant HTTP. You are not open. How we have to open? That is, see that here on EC2 service, left side, networking and security is there. Networking and security is there. Under networking and security, you have to choose the security groups. What is the security group name I am given? For this instant, I am given the security group name is Linux Server SG. You have to select this one, this security group. Here, at the bottom, inbound rules option is there. Inbound rules option is there. Click on that. Here, edit inbound rules is there. Click on this one. You are using the type is SSH type you are using. You are not enabling HTTP. That's why it is showing this one. The site cannot be reached. Are you understand? Now, I am enabling the HTTP. How we have to enable the HTTP at this situation means we have to add inbound rule. Here, add rule option is there. Click on this one. We select this one. Here, we have to choose HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTPS. We can select any one. I am selecting the HTTP. Source is anywhere. Scroll down. Save rules. Now you refresh your browser. What the result you are getting? Send me in the chat window. You refresh your browser. You refresh your browser. Send me in the chat window. What the result you are getting? I have to refresh this one. Then you are getting Amazon Web Services. See that. Whatever I am written within double quotation. Yeah. Nagamalla Reddy, you are correct. So whatever we are written within the double quotation in echo statement, this one is displayed. Right? In any project, in your project, index.html is the major one. That is the main file. That's why I am written the simple statement, simple code I am written echo Amazon Web Services. I am given the name is HTML. In the real time, we may use the lengthy code also. That's nothing problem at all. Right. How I am changing the security group? How I have to enable that one? In the left side, EC2 networking and security option is there. Under we have to choose security groups. We have to choose the security group, this one. Here we have to select your security group name. At the bottom, inbound rules option is there. Here we can choose edit inbound rule. Here in earlier, this is not enabled. Now you are enabled. That's why when you are copy and paste the public IPv4, you are getting the result, right? Those are the steps we have to follow. Don't worry, I am providing a very pin to pin point, the steps I am providing. See that from beginning to ending. We will install HTTPD by Apache and it will be two-step process. First step is we have to update the repository. Second step is we have to install the web package. For that, first we have to launch and connect the Linux machine. That is the first one. Next, we have to switch to the root user. How we have to switch to the root user in the Linux? Sudo su. Then we have to update the repository. How we have to update the repository? Yum package name update -y. This is the command we have to use update the repository. Then we have to install the web package on your Linux server. How we have to install the web package in your Linux server? This is the command we have to use. Then I am creating the simple index file. Then I have to copy and paste it. Then what the result you are getting, right? Those are the steps we have to follow to your Linux machine make as a web server. Make as a web server. Anyone have any queries? Raise your hands. I'll unmute. Your practice is very essential. Without your practice, you can't do. First, we have to create your AWS account. Anyone have any queries? No? Okay. Then I'll move to the next concept. That is, the another concept is, okay. This I have complete web server using the Bootstrap script. How my Linux machine make as web server. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? That is, see that. What is Bootstrap script? Bootstrapping, it allows us to write and put a startup script while launching an EC2 instance, so that the execution is automatically as soon as the instance will be launched, those steps are executed. You no need to write and execute separately using your Linux server. At the time of launching, you are writing the script, that is while launching the instance, then those steps will be automatically executed We call it as, it is nothing but bootstrapping script. This is diagrammatically I am representing. While launching the instance, you are writing the bootstrap script. After that, you are getting the result. This is very simple. I'll tell you what are the steps we have to follow. First, we have to create the Linux mission. I'll create one more Linux mission. I have to close this one. Click on instances option. Launch instances. I am given the instance name Linux server CSC. I am given. Scroll down. I am choosing the Amazon Linux free tier eligible one, Amazon Linux 2023. This is the AMI ID 64-bit. Instant type T2.micro. It is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory. The instant type can be selected as per your business requirement. Remember, guys, so in the companies, never stop your servers. Just for practicing purpose, you are starting the server and you are terminating the server. In the companies, if they terminate that instant, means again they follow the beginning to ending steps. Simply the entire data will be lost to the company. So the company never stop the instant, never stopping the server. You remember, for practicing purpose, I am saying number of times. Then we can easily understand the points. So T2.micro, it is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory, it is providing. Scroll down. The key pair I am creating. If you want to select the existing key pair, this one also we can select it. That's nothing problem at all. Now I am creating the new key pair. Click on that. The key pair name I am given as Linux server CSC key. Key pair type RSC. Private key file format. Direct I am choosing PPK file format. Click on create key pair. Key pair is downloaded in my downloads option. Scroll down. Then the next step is network settings. Click on edit option. Here, I am not given any subnet preference. Whatever the default virtual private cloud is there, that default virtual private cloud as this I am taken. Auto assign public IP is enabled. For easy identification purpose, I am creating a security group name. The security group name is Linux server CSC security group. Copy and paste it in the description. Scroll down. Here, type is, you are launching the Linux server, type is SSH, port range is 22. Default it is showing. Source type is anywhere. Now here, we are adding security group role. Here we have to add it. Otherwise, after launching the instant also, we can add that. Okay, fine. I am adding the security group rule. Here type, we have to enable HTTP. Okay. Port range 80. Source type custom means we have to enter the IP address. My IP address I am selecting means in my laptop only the result I got it. I have to select the source type is anywhere means if I send the IP address to you in your laptop also, you are pasting in the web browser, you are getting the result. That's why I am selecting the source type is anywhere. Scroll down. To launch the Linux server, what is the default storage? 8 GB is providing. Okay, fine. Fine. Up to now, I am not using any advanced details. Now, I am using advanced details. I am writing the bootstrap script while launching your EC2 instance. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Here, one box is there. You may choose the file also. There's nothing problem at all. I am writing the script directly here. This is the script, bootstrap script I am written. Click here. This is the bootstrap script I am written. It's very simple. That is the same steps. Hash bin bash sudo su yum update -y yum update -y where I am installing the HTTPD. Next, move to this directory. I am writing index.html. Whatever those commands are there. I can return it in one notepad. I copy and paste it to launch the instance in the advanced settings. Copy and paste it. Here there is no spaces. If we are given the spaces at the beginning, you are getting an error message. Remember, scroll down. We can launch the instance. Here it is showing at the right side, summary is showing how many instances you are launching, what is the Amazon mission ID, what is the instant type, security group, and what is the volume it is storing, storage, all the details which are showing. Click on launch instance. Instance will be launched. See that? Linux server, CSC. This is the instant. What is the instant state? Pending. Wait for few minutes. Once it is running, I can do. I am written the code in advanced settings. Fine. What is the instant state? It's a running. Now, I copy and paste it. This is the public IPv4. I'll send it in the chat window. You copy and paste it to your laptop or to your desktop. That is 13.232.192.123. Copy and paste it. What the result you are getting, send me in the chat window. Send me in the chat window. What the result you are getting? What the result you are getting? Okay. I'll check it. This is the result. Direct we are getting. That is when I am written, yes. When I am written the bootstrap scripted to launch the instant, that is those can be executed automatically while launching the instant. Whenever you are launch the instance, those steps are also automatically installed. That is nothing but the bootstrap script I am written in the advanced details. I am written anyone here? No. I can return it using the putty terminal I am using. No, just I am copy and pasted the public IPv4. I'll send to you. Then you are getting the result. Yes, Tejashwini, we're getting the result. There are the very simple steps. Those are the steps we have to follow. Right. See that. What are the steps we have to follow? Bootstrapping allows us to write and put a startup script while launching an EC2 instance so that it executes automatically as soon as the instance is launching. While launching the instance, you are writing the bootstrap script in the advanced details. Whenever you are launch the instance, automatically those steps will be executed. We are getting the result. This is diagrammatically I am representing. What are the steps I have to follow? First, I am launching the EC2 mission. For that, what are the steps we have to given? You have to give the instant name. You have to select the Amazon mission image. Amazon Linux, we have to choose it. And we have to choose the instant type. That is T2.micro. That is the free service. If we are choosing another instant, we are getting the bill. As per your business requirement, we have to choose the instant type. Then we have to select the key pair or create a new key pair. I am creating the new key pair. If you want already existing key pair also, that's nothing problem at all. You are getting the result. Then we have to enable SSH port or HTTP port. Right? We can select configure storage. Then the default 8 GB is providing. Click on advanced details. In the user data and bootstrap script, at the bottom in box, we have to write this code. After that, we have to launch the instance, and then whenever the instance state is running, then we have to copy public IPv4 and paste it in the browser. Then you are getting the result. Right? Those are the steps we have to follow. Anyone have any queries? I'll unmute you. No queries? But your practice is very essential. Sham, any query? What's Nagamalla Reddy? Okay, fine. I'll unmute you, Nagamalla Reddy. Okay. You unmute.
Nothing, sir. I'm clear.
Okay, fine. Okay. You have to practice today. That is, I'm explaining only the one concept, that is how to launch and connect the Linux server. Whatever you are launch the server, how you are make as web server. Without Bootstrap script, how you are make as a web server. For that, what are the steps we have to follow? Using the Bootstrap script, how you make as a web server. In the next session, I have to explain how to launch and connect the Windows server. After that, how the Windows server make as a web server, right? So your practice is very, very essential. Without your practice, you can't do anything. You have to create your AWS account, and then we have to practice every day, 1 hour to 2 hours, right? Okay, fine. No queries means I can terminate that. In the next session, I have to continue how to launch and connect the Windows server, how your Windows server make as a web server. For that, what are the steps I have to follow? In the next session, I have to explain. If you are patient, then I can explain now also. That's nothing problem at all. Okay, send me in the chat window. If I will continue, or tomorrow I can continue. Send me your response. Okay. No problem. You have to practice. Tomorrow I have to continue. Okay. Okay, ma. Okay. Thank you, Sean. You have to practice. Without your practice, you can't do. Fine. Your practice is very, very essential. Remember the students, without your practice, you can't do anyone. I'll explain pin to pin point every step by step. I am providing the PPTs in your app. I am providing. Okay, fine. Thank you. I'll close the session.